financial problems, elder law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by THAV GROSS. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. Jenny Lingl.
Hi, Ken. Good to be here today.
Brian Small.
Good morning.
Pat Simasco.
Good morning.
You're the man on the hour on this show.
Okay, I gotta step it up.
Nice to see you.
How's everything in the disability, Social Security, disability, and workers' comp world?
Good, interesting. Things are developing. Some good, some bad, but overall, I think things are actually improving.
Improving. This is
Wow,
good. This
that's
is
good.
good news. Today's topic: protecting mom and dad's asset when the nursing home is needed. Now, we've talked about this before with you, Pat, because this is your bailiwick. This is your expertise and everything else, and we've talked a lot.
No
and we
pressure.
go through all the Medicaid rules and everything else, but I want to approach it a little bit differently this week. I want to do a case study and then just kind of fire the questions at you and let you know how do you deal with all these issues. So let me throw it all up on the wall, and then we can deal with it. Real life facts. Jack and Bonnie, or Jack and Betty. Jack is 65, Betty's 62. Jack owns a tool and die business. Jack was thinking about retiring and selling the business. It's worth somewhere between $800,000 and $1.5 million. His 401k has $500,000 in it. His savings account, equities, $200,000. They have a house, $400,000, no mortgage. They lease 2 cars, $400 a month. So Jack and Betty are doing all right. This isn't a financial distress story. But the situation is, there's a serious problem. Betty has had a severe stroke. She now needs full-time nursing care or in-home care. Nursing home care, in-home care, $11,000, $12,000 a month. The average stay is 31 months. You've told me that a million times.
For her, it'd be a lot longer.
But for her, it's a lot longer.
Yeah.
She could live to 90.
Yeah.
This could be a 30-year run.
Oh, yeah.
So Jack is here,
Right.
and he wants to know, what do I do? Do I just liquidate things out, spend the next 30
Yeah.
years covering this $11,000 expense? Because if I take everything I've built up, I might have enough money. Or is there an alternate strategy?
Let me just tell you this, the story. I probably have a half a dozen cases just like this, but mom has MS, and dad works, and he's been having to hire people to come in for the last 7-8 years to take care of her, and they literally run out of every dime of their money taking care of mom at home. And now all of a sudden, he can't quit working. She has to go into a nursing home. So if they have to go into a nursing home, we can protect every dime of the money in that scenario. And there's 2 or 3 different ways.
You know,
to do it.
so we can protect all the money. So Jack gets to keep all his money. I was talking to somebody just the other day about, and they had called and were looking. I sent them right over to you, and they said, we just got some advice that said the mom and dad should get divorced.
We've never had to get it. First of all, we've never had to get a divorce to protect the money from the nursing home. And the reality is, mom and dad would rather spend every dime that they have so they wouldn't have to get divorced.
Right, but there's a lot of misinformation out there. This attorney
horrible.
told them that they
He
need to
must
get a
have been worried about
divorce.
the IRA.
Well, there's a lot of. See, the thing is, first of all, if he's working and the business and is part of his job, that's an exempt asset for him. Goods, service, tools, equipment.
If he's working. So
Yeah.
how does that play? He was thinking about selling. I'm Jack.
Right.
Okay. So Pat, what do I do about the business? I could sell. I'm getting offers.
Yeah.
I could sell it for somewhere between 1 and 1.2. Should I
Yeah.
just sell it, take that money, and then you can use that money to take care of Betty?
The first question is sometimes they have to sell because they think that they have to private pay the nursing home. And if you put mom into a nursing home, which nobody wants to do, but it may be a reality that she has to go to the nursing home, then he could keep working and then go visit her every night. But if he has to quit work to stay home to take care of her,
Here's my
be an
plan.
issue, yeah.
I don't want to sound coarse, but
Yeah.
I can't take care of her at home.
Right.
She's
Right.
too bad. I mean, the
Right.
situation is too severe, so she needs a nursing home.
Right. So at that time,
And
if the
I'm okay. I would like. My plan was we were hoping to sell the business, sell the house, move to Florida, and have a nice retirement. That's what I wanted.
Right.
I realized that's not in the cards.
So while the process is
work.
going on, if she goes into the nursing home and he's working, that business is an exempt asset for him. If he sold it and we turned it into a monthly income stream with set up properly before he sold it, so the paperwork would have to be Medicaid compliant, he could keep all of that income. It would be his income for retirement and to take care of the family, and then she could be in the nursing home on Medicaid, and Medicaid
So
would
she's
pay
in the nursing home. She's 24 months into the nursing home, and Jack has finally reached the point where he can't keep running the business anymore.
Right.
He has to sell it.
So the interesting thing is, once she's on Medicaid, those assets that were exempt before are his assets. He could sell the business and keep all the money.
So the key
he
is
could sell the house and
he
keep
has
the
to
money.
position
Yeah.
those assets so that they're exempt
Right.
at the time she's applying,
Now,
before
Pat-
she applies
Right,
for the
right,
Medicaid,
right.
right?
If she's applying for the Medicaid and Jack says, I really can't run the business anymore, does he actively have to be running the business, or can he have his
could have-
next in line running it and just not sell the business
As long
at
as
that
it's
point?
his business and it's running and it's his business, like we have big farms that make zero money, right? Farmers don't make any money, but they file tax returns and it's their business and their ongoing business. It's an exempt asset. As a married couple, Medicaid allows us to protect the money for the spouse at home. But the trouble is this: Jack dies. Who gets that business?
Who gets, the kids or
Well, who gets it if Jack died today?
Betty?
Betty. How much can she have if she's in the nursing home?
$3,000.
$2,000. So you have to do the plan. If Jack dies, you have to
Leave it to
disinherit
the
Betty.
kids.
Right.
And then the kids,
The
that's up to
good
the kids
kids.
to take care of.
Yeah, the good
Betty.
kids watch over the money.
All right, so
Right.
Jack's options with the business are he can keep working and it's exempt, or if we're going to sell it, you have to do Medicaid planning in order to make it an exempt asset
Right.
as an income stream.
Right.
We'll be back after the break.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV GROSS specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call THAV GROSS.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call THAV GROSS today, 888-235-HELP.
Will I outlive my money?
Medicaid is so confusing.
A will, or do I need a trust?
What if mom needs to go in a nursing home?
At Samasco Law, we have the answers to all of these questions. Our attorneys will eliminate the confusion and develop a plan that's right for you. We are dedicated to veterans benefits, assisted living, and nursing home care. Samasco Law can help prepare you for a long future. Call Samasco Law today.
You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirshner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call THAV GROSS.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call THAV GROSS. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Poor buddy.
Okay, so back to Jack and Betty. This is the week of having the names correct for now. Okay. What about the house? $400,000, it's free and clear. Is that a problem with Medicaid?
Well, again, if you're married, there isn't any problems typically with anything. We can protect everything all the time, really, literally everything. If you got millions and millions and millions of dollars, maybe that's not, maybe not then. But we have a family now with $2.4 million on Medicaid. The nursing home bill is zero, and in the nursing home that they would go to. The trouble is this: if the house is exempt. Right, so let's say Jack died and now Betty has the house is exempt. We can protect it with the Lady Bird deed, but you can't sell the house.
Wait,
Why?
so
Because
wait.
the house is exempt. If you sell it, the cash from the sale of the house is not exempt. So now the kids have to be worried about keeping it going and making it living there.
Okay, but take that. That house is exempt.
Well,
but
Jack's living there for now.
if
Well, see, they're married though.
Jack passes and Betty inherits the house while she's in the Medicaid
With
paid
the
nursing
Lady
home,
Bird deed.
Right.
can the house be sold
No.
and a new house
No.
purchased?
Well, we've done that in the past, but it has to be her principal residence.
Right,
And if
but,
she's in the
but if-
Medicaid is
And if
getting
she's in the nursing,
astronomically
if she's in the nursing
harder.
home, it's not her
so,
principal residence.
but if it was
right?
They're getting hard because she's not she didn't live in there before she applied for Medicaid. Now, if she went home and bought the house, now it's her house. That's a great idea, but she has to go home, live in there, and then all of a sudden she can't live in there.
But
Now
is-
you're back in the nursing
Is
home.
there a time constraint? In other words, can she go back and live in the home for a couple days and go back in the nursing home to make it her principal
We
residence?
have done that many times. But the trouble is, Mom has 15 tubes out of her, hanging out. She's sick. She's got dementia. There's, you have to look at the reality of the
I
situation.
want to throw some curveballs to you. Okay, curveball number one, which I have not given you any hint on.
Nope.
Let's make Betty Luke Perry's age. She's only 52.
Which
instead
we
of
have that
62.
case now.
She
Husband's
then
53.
has a severe stroke. Can she collect Medicaid? Can she first go to Jeffrey and collect Social Security disability?
So, couple different questions. Is she married or single?
She's married.
Well, if she passes away, if she
No,
has,
she has a severe stroke at 52, just like Luke Perry, but she doesn't die.
but she couldn't get it because she didn't work. You have her as a homemaker,
Okay, let's
and
say
her
she has-
assets are in excess
she-
of $3,000, so she couldn't
She
get
has been
SSI.
working. Okay, she has been working.
Yes, so if she has been working, paying enough credits, then yes, we could pursue a claim
Okay,
for
now-
SSD.
Now, so
Under
she's
normal-
getting the SSD. Can
Right.
she then still go into?
Oh, yeah.
And that income would end up going to the nursing homes, but the rest of the income could be. The rest of the assets
the
could be
answer
exempt.
is we can protect all of the assets for the husband or the wife, whoever's a stay-at-home spouse. But so let's say mom's at home and dad was a breadwinner and he has the big Social Security, he has the big pension from General Motors, and he has the stroke, we can actually go to court through a spousal support order and get all of the income from dad to mom. So not only do we protect all of the assets, we can protect the income as well.
Could you do it reverse? Mom applies for Social Security disability. She gets her Social Security disability. Now we've got that stream of income coming in, replacing the income that mom had from working, and now dad is the recipient of the
But wait,
qualified domestic
the Social
relations
Security
order.
disability that mom's getting is going to end up going to the nursing home. No.
I can protect
But
it.
let
can
me ask you
protect
this
it?
question.
Wow.
So
Sounds too good to be true.
after
It
30
is
months
not.
from her disability onset date,
Yeah.
she's entitled to Medicare.
Yeah.
Can she have Medicare and also get Medicaid?
But
Yeah,
Medicare
Medicare is
only-
hospital insurance.
It only covers you
Medicaid.
for what, 90 days?
Now,
For the
mom
nursing home.
dies. Excuse me, dad dies. Now, mom's income whether it's the disability, Social Security, or his half of his pension, that's part of the patient pay that would go to the nursing home. You got to still have her under $2,000 in assets. She's allowed a house. So the answer is you disinherit mom with all the assets, and the income would go to the nursing home.
Because she could still get survivor benefits then if
and
he
she
dies.
would, but the point is, if her Social Security is $400 a month, Medicaid's paying $10,000 a month. If her Social Security and pension is $3,000 a month, Medicare's paying $7,000. It doesn't matter. It's just a complete offset.
Next curveball.
You haven't thrown one yet.
I said there's $200,000 in savings. It's all in mom's name. The reason being coming, as Jack's running his business, he was doing asset protection and saying, listen, I'm signing the credit line with the bank. I've got the exposure. As I'm making money and saving it, I'm putting it in Betty's bank account so that if I ever have a creditor problem, Betty's not on the hook. She's not signing the guarantees. Does that become a problem if Betty needs to go into the nursing home?
No, and I'll throw you a curveball. The bigger question, here's the bigger question. What's a bigger liability, Medicaid or a potential credit card that the husband has?
Well, Medicaid at this point.
Absolutely. So you put everything out of the wife's name into the husband's name. Here's the reality that normally happens. Mom has a single daughter, right? Nurse, she's been working her whole life, and the daughter's always been told you should put someone's name on your bank account. And she puts mom on the daughter's bank account. Whose money is that?
It's a joint asset.
It's mom's money.
That's a big problem.
It's all
that's
mom's
violating
money.
our
Absolutely.
all of our rules.
But that's
Never
an asset.
jointly title assets.
Right, but that's an asset. If she's married, mom can take the money out of that bank account, put it into dad's name. We could do that quadro, that spousal support order, and protect all the assets. If mom's single, that's a problem.
All right, so mom's married to Jack. There's $200,000 in her bank account. I'm Jack. I'm in your office now. She needs to go into the nursing home. That $200,000, what are you going to do with it?
We have to take the house, the $200,000, the 401k, mom's IRA, everything, and get it out of mom's name into dad's name.
But what about this 5-year rule I hear about?
Not at all for a married couple. We can
so
do it a day before.
The 5 years is a problem if mom was single.
So how do you protect was mom married before she was single? And if the answer is yes, you have to disinherit mom. So typically, dad has cancer.
Mom would have been married.
Right.
If
dad has cancer, mom has dementia. Dad's been taking care of mom because she's sick. Dad dies, mom has to go to the nursing home. You have to disinherit mom.
When we come back after the break, we're going to wrap this all up in one tight way. We'll be back after the break.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call THAV GROSS.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call THAV GROSS today, 888-235-HELP.
A lifetime of hard work. If you don't have the right plan in place, you can lose your home, your savings, and more. And you didn't come this far to lose everything. Samasco Law wants you to know that laws are changing. Today, the average cost of nursing home care is $85,000 a year. With proper planning, we can help protect your life savings and get you the Medicaid and nursing home benefits you deserve.
How much can you afford to lose? Call Samasco Law today.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Time for announcements. I want to remind our viewers to listen to us for Law and Reality Live on the Praise Network, 93.5, 98.3, and 99.9 FM, Tuesdays 10 o'clock a.m. and Saturdays 7 o'clock a.m. And then on KISS 105.9, Sundays 7 o'clock a.m. Also, be sure and sign up for our monthly contest. Free $50 Visa gift card, Law and Reality hat, and a copy of my book, Dump Your Debt. Just go on the website, pop your name in on the window that opens up, and you're entered. We have a seminar coming up Wednesday, May 1st, 6 to 7:30 p.m., debt-free, from the dream to reality. We're going to go through all the methods that we use to eliminate debt so that you no longer are burdened with the debt, and instead you can start living the dream of being debt-free. It is a wonderful thing if you can accomplish it, and it's so much easier than you would think. You just have to take advantage of the opportunity to learn how to do it. Jenny Lingl will do a special segment at the seminar on how to resolve tax problems. Brian and I are going to walk you through solutions using bankruptcy and solutions outside of bankruptcy in order to resolve debt. Brian's going to talk about budget management. Attendees get a free copy of my book, Dump Your Debt. Sign up at thavgross.com, lawandreality.com, or call 888-235-HELP. Remember, you can always come in to THAV Gross as part of Law and Reality for a free consultation. You've got debt issues with Brian, tax issues with Jenny, estate planning issues with Brian, business issues with myself, elder law issues with Pat Samasco, disability issues with Jeffrey Kirshner, criminal law issues with Corey Silverstein. Just go on the website, request a free consult, or call anytime, 888-235-HELP. Come in, we give you a free consult, set you up, let you know what you need to do in order to address those issues. Also, go to the website for our free reports. We have a brand new report written by Jenny Lingl and myself, Resolving Tax Problems, The Real Solutions. We also have How to Save Your Home from Foreclosure, Business Formations, Loans and Grants for Small Businesses in Detroit and Michigan, and Pat Samasco's Retiree's Guide to Social Security. I want to thank our sponsors, THAV Gross, Samasco Law, Jeff Kirshner Law offices of Corey Silverstein. Now back to the show.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
Nothing provokes panic and fear like the threat of a school shooting. Unfortunately, we've seen a sharp increase in students making copycat threats in order to gain notoriety. I'm Macomb County Prosecutor Eric Smith. Students, this behavior will not be tolerated. Felony charges will be brought against anyone who threatens the safety of our schools. Parents, please talk to your children and pass along this message. If you threaten our schools, it will cost you your future.
Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call THAV Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call THAV Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
All right, Pat. Couple more.
No more.
Throwing it at you. You mentioned you had a client that they've got $2.4 million and you're able to protect all the money.
Damn right.
I hear at seminars, I hear people talk about when I mentioned that I have Medicaid planning, why should they be able to do that and protect the money? If they have that money, why should the government
Let me
shoulder
give you
the
an
blame?
answer to that one. I was asked to go to Lansing and do lobbying to explain to the legislature how to fix the Medicaid budget, okay? And it's a huge problem. The reality is no one has on their bucket list, I want to go to the nursing home, right?
No,
Nobody.
It's not on my list.
Not even the guy who owns the nursing home.
Medicaid
In fact, he's the
knows.
last one.
If it costs $9,000 a month in the nursing home, they know it costs $3,000 to keep mom at home. Medicaid doesn't pay for in-home care. So we laid out a whole plan to protect the Medicaid budget, which start paying for in-home care. And who fought it? The nursing home associations.
Of course.
And the legislature said, it's not our fault. Blame it on him, blame it on him. And they did nothing to fix the problem that I laid out for them. So I came back and said, screw them. We got to protect ourselves because the government will not do it
And
for us.
the other aspect is this. Let's say Jack, and let's say his number is 2.4 million. Betty is facing 10 to 12,000 plus the cost of inflation for the next 30 years.
Right.
If Jack doesn't do anything, Jack's entire rest of his life
Right.
is going to be watching every penny, because every penny he has is going to have to go to Betty's care. That's just an unfair burden on Jack. Now, is it an unfair burden? If you take that altruistic viewpoint that says, well, that's Jack's problem, it's not the government's problem, sure, you can do that. But let's look at the reality. The way we view ourselves in the world is, it's a tough world.
Yeah.
You've got to do what you can to protect yourself. Jack has every right to structure
It's like
things
taking
in
the
a way
tax
to
deduction.
protect himself.
It's like taking the tax. It's like whatever it is. The law
you're allowed
allows
to
to
do it,
do it.
then do
the
it.
big question I always get, it's a Medicaid nursing home.
Oh yeah, well, that's the next one. I don't want Betty going into a Medicaid facility.
Yeah.
Can't you give her? I want her in a nice facility.
Oh yeah. So I did a huge seminar. We had probably 150 people there, and some lady stood up and says, "You know what? Medicaid nursing homes are horrible." And a whole table of nurses stood up and say, "How dare you think that we're going to do less care for your mom because we're getting $1.50 a day less from Medicaid than private pay?" And I agree with that 100%.
Because the thing that I think most people don't realize is the same nursing home has Medicaid
Right.
beds and has non-Medicaid
there
beds.
are bad nursing homes.
No, let me put the
And there
reality
are
of that.
good nursing homes.
Medicaid doesn't pay for assisted living. People want assisted living because it's their own apartments and they have the nice bird cages and all that kind of stuff. Medicaid won't pay for that. If you're in a nursing home, you're in that hospital setting. The reality is you're going to get the care. Some of them have bigger bird cages and the hair salon and all that, but that's not for mom's care. That's for the kids walking through the front door because they feel so guilty that mom is in there and they want it to look pretty, but the care
Should they
is
feel
the care.
guilty?
In the reality,
I don't think so.
They get better care. If mom's at home stuck in a chair and the wall's caving in on her, and they say, we can't put mom in the nursing home, she'll pass away. She'll do better in the nursing home because there's socialization, there's people walking around talking to her. But the key is, the best nursing home is the one that you're going to go visit every day. Because that's what she wants, is you going to visit and making sure she's getting the right care.
One of the things that I find, and I'm dealing with friends of mine, is
I'm calling BS.
You
don't have friends.
Yeah, thank you. Is that
the big sign goes up, yes.
Mom needs to go into the nursing home, and dad has dementia, and they want to keep them together.
Yeah, that's called full continued care. Finally, some nursing facilities are getting to that, where they have independent living, assisted living, and then nursing home. So mom may be on this floor and dad will be on that floor, but they can go visit.
There's very, very few facilities like that.
It's getting that way though, because of the whole baby boomer.
Do you see a trend eventually where we'll get to Medicaid paying for in-home care? 'Cause
Yeah,
it would
they're starting
It would save a tremendous amount of money.
It's called the PACE program. They're really trying hard, but the workers don't know the rules. The administrators don't know the rules. Very, very few people know the rules.
But Pat knows the rules.
That's a wrap. If you've got that problem, Pat's the man. Pat, thanks for being with us. Have a great week. We'll be back next week with Law and Reality.